when I look at like what you did in the '06 season, it just seems like a very weird year.
Yeah.
Like you switch teams, like I think after 3 or 4 races to go to Forsyth, and then you instantly win, and then a little while later in the year, while you're still winning, you're dipping your toe in the NASCAR waters. Like what's going on in 2006 for AJ Allmendinger? From like, what was that year like for you?
I mean, it's been so long ago, but at the
Yeah.
time, I thought people thought I left because, there's more money in NASCAR, et cetera. Like,
Mhm.
I love Champ Car. Like, I enjoyed it so much. I love driving those race cars every day. I love the venues that we went to, things like that. But at that point, the two series were split.
Yeah.
There was IRL and there was Champ Car. Champ Car was dying. We all saw the writing on the wall. And really, for a couple of reasons, I had to make the decision was the team that I was driving for at that point, Forsyth.
Yeah.
Jerry Forsyth hated Tony George. He hated the IRL. He made it very clear he wasn't going to IRL or whatever the merger, because the merger was going to be more IRL based, right? It was going to be Tony George and however that happened. And so he wasn't going to do it. And I'm sure I could have found another ride because I had a lot of momentum on the open wheel side of it. But at that point, too, I didn't know what the IndyCar schedule was going to look like when they merged, because at that point IRL was, I would say, predominantly oval based. I didn't want to race Indy cars on ovals. As weird as that sound, that I went to a series that raced mostly on ovals. Indy cars on ovals, like, they scared me at times. Like,
Really?
if you IRL races, like Chicago and Charlotte, and I mean, there was a lot of them where there was just Texas for sure, like a lot of bad wrecks where guys were getting into the chain link fence and things like that. I just didn't want to do that. Going to Indy is the prestige and history of Indy, like, you're willing to make those chances, and that's what it's all about. But I just didn't want to do that. I had an association with Red Bull. I didn't want to go straight to Cup. Like, when they were like, yeah, we're going to go Cup racing, I was like, I don't think that's a great idea. Like, I should probably run some bush races and some trucks.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen like that. So as that year's going on, as I said, Champ Car, the rumblings are starting to happen. Red Bull, which had stuck with me from Roosport over to Forsyth, I commented them. I said, hey, I see you're starting a NASCAR team. Like, is there any interest? Because I just didn't know what was going to happen. And that was what was hard. I took a lot of flack for a couple of years by the open wheel side of it. Like, he ran for the money like everybody is. And I was like, I didn't. Like, it looks like it, but like, I wanted some sort of consistency, because I knew I wasn't going to come out and openly say it, but I'm like, I know that team's not going when this merges, and I don't know what my opportunities are. So I got to be smart about it. And that's kind of how it all happened. And, for a couple of years in NASCAR, it was hell because I wasn't making a lot of races. And the open wheel side of it seemed like, there was a lot of news stories. Like, every time I didn't make a race, I was like one of the leading stories to it. And it was rough couple of years for sure.
So what like, I guess first off, your first NASCAR start is in a truck in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So what how does that happen? Like, what is that race day like for you?
The race day practice was really good. I was I think 6th or 7th in practice. I thought, okay, well, I've never done Champ Car at the time. You didn't wake up at 8 in and strap into it and your first lap on the racetrack qualifying. Like, that's just not how it worked. So like, oh, by the way, qualifying's 8 in. Like, okay. Never done a cold new tire run like that. And I spun out on lap 2 and fenced it. So we had to go to the backup truck, and I was like, what is this is a team they put together for me. It wasn't like Kyle Busch in the 51 truck that I just happened to jump in for the week. Like, this was a whole new team they put together for me to run at Bill Davis. I said, well, okay, what's the backup situation? They're like, well, it's Bill Lester's show truck that's been sitting in the shop forever. We needed a backup. And I was like, oh God. So they put that together. I think I finished 12th or 13th. Thought, okay, that's not bad. Like, for my first start.